video for you to watch.
Okay.
But it's not safe for internet.
Okay, well that's perfect
fine.
for the After Hours show.
Yeah.
MME
You should call that Max
After Hours?
After Dark. Max After Dark.
No,
No,
you
that's going to
can't
cause
do
me
after,
problems.
Can't do After Dark.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. My mistake.
Yeah. Oh, Cal's down. Okay, cool. So we'll do this, and then the mailbag, and then we'll head right over. Okay, so this was a great interview. I watched it ahead of time, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I don't care that she's super progressive. Like I said, I don't care as long as the quality's good. I also do not condemn her for life just because she worked for Harvey Weinstein. Although I gotta admit, it does feel weird that like she didn't know what was going on. I don't believe that either, but I'm not going to blame her. I'm not going to guilt her by association for the rest of her life. I think lots of people did. I think even
everybody knew.
Yeah, Meryl Streep knew too. Come on, and I love Meryl Streep, but everyone.
He was a force of nature, that man, and they were just too scared of him.
So I'm not going to judge her. I don't know the situation. Whatever. She seems like she knows what she's doing. Let's react to this interview.
Your series is dealing with stuff that like a lot of us want to see.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, this is the truth, is that when I pitched it, because I came in and I pitched my own idea, I didn't come in.
This is actually my issue with Kathy, is she takes too many pitches instead of, I want you for this project, like Feige does. Feige has an idea first and then seeks out talent. But if you're going to, I think she's got awards for her Russian Dolls. I think she worked on, right?
Yeah, I never watched that, but I've heard of it.
I heard of great things of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but her pitch is good though. Even though I don't like that about Kathy, her pitch here sounds good.
Say like, what about Baby Han Solo? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I was like, what I'm really interested in I'm really interested in
kind of little, mocking, like, whoa, what are we gonna do? Baby Han Solo, Baby Yoda? I kind of like that too, that she's like, what are we gonna do that? No, I want something interesting.
Star Wars from the perspective of the bad guys. Therefore, if we set something earlier in the timeline, something before the prequels, but a little bit after, end of High Republic, I was like, then the Jedi become, because Star Wars is always about rebels versus institutional threat, right? Underdogs versus huge empire, right? So if we set it then the Jedi become the antagonists. It's not the bad guys, but they become the bad guys to the bad guys. And
now, just off that initial thing, before we finish the rest of this interview, Voltaire and Brucifer, don't you think she sounds like she really knows what she's talking about here? I think she's not hesitating at all. She knows what she wants with this project. Seems to me. I like what she's saying so far. I'm not going to do Solo Junior. That was kind of funny that she said that,
I do like that she understood that general concept of, like whoever's in power is the good guy, bad guy. That actually is okay. I'm okay with that so far.
Oh, you think that's terrible, Watcher? I want to see from the villain's perspective. That's very interesting. And it's not as clear cut. I think there's that clip going around from some of the talent from this show where the one guy's like, there's no such thing as good and evil in this show, and people laughed at him. I think that's what he was trying to say, is like, in our show, it's a little more gray area. Not everything's so clear cut, is what I think he was trying to say. But everyone's clipping that out, making fun of him. Did you see that clip from Celebration?
I did not.
The Acolyte guy, he's like, yeah, in Star Wars, there's no such thing as good or evil. And they're like, the Emperor blew up planets.
Well, that kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, but I think what he's trying to say is what she's alluding to, that our show, it's not going to be as clear cut as like the Jedi and the Sith are good and evil. There's a little bit, you may even sympathize with the Sith at some parts of this. Yeah, I think if they do it right, isn't that what you're expecting? That you might be like, oh, okay, I could kind of relate to them a little bit at least, So.
And I gotta say, Kathy really responded to that. She really felt like that was a pocket of the universe that we had not seen, that nobody else had pitched her. And so I continued to develop it. I turned it into my elevator pitch. I turned it into a bigger, larger pitch for an overall season and series. And then I did a little rip reel for her. So honestly, doing what I did today felt very much like pitching Kathy again.
I want to stop you there, because one of the things that
I like everything she says there. Now I'm going to judge it just like I judge everything else. When the context comes out, I also like the one cool scene that I saw from the leak trailer is Trinity from Matrix is in it. What's Carrie Ann Moss? And there's like a strong kung fu focus. Now I think it's really cheesy that they say, what did they call it? Kill Bill meets something as the elevator.
Yeah,
pitch.
that I didn't like.
I was like, come on, that sounds cheesy. But actually seeing martial arts in it is pretty cool.
A lot of fans won't know, and I sort of want you to actually talk about it.
Please, yeah.
Is the fact that Kathy gets a lot of shit online.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Hey, is that guy holding the microphone wearing black nail polish?
Yeah, that's Frosty.
Oh, okay. All right.
People don't really like Frosty. I now that I noticed it has that collider thing that has the mini mic, that looks stupid.
It doesn't ever.
Yeah.
But I know that she was the one who made this show.
Oh, 100%.
And I think I want people to realize that there were maybe people.
Make sure the show wants to make sure Kathy gets credit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, that's how it's going to come across because people really think he's a show. I want people to know Kathy was responsible for this one. Actually, no. To be fair, if I'm going to be fair to Kathy, I think this show and Andor she is 100% responsible for. Not 100%. I mean, she's more.
I agree.
More so than the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett and Ahsoka.
Filoni had nothing to do with Andor. You can just tell from the way it's
I do give her a lot of credit. And if this is a success, I'm going to give her credit for it. And this seems very interesting. This is one of the more interesting projects. Darth Scipio says it's going to be a dumpster fire. I hope not. If it is, I'll let you know.
So look, it's starting off based on Sith Jedi lore. That's a tremendous starting point, and you have to give it a good chance with that base. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the High Republic has been huge in comics.
Yeah,
okay, I haven't really delved in deep into it yet. I might look up some High Republic comics to get.
Read the High Republic from Dark Horse.
Okay,
not Marvel.
All right. From our comic show that's coming soon. We'll have to figure that out.
People in the orbit that were not on board with this show.
Well, I think it was, here's what I'll say. I think it's difficult to do a show that is critical in any way of the Jedi. And I think that you saw that with Ryan's film. Do you know what I mean?
Stop. That's not the same thing.
She's giving excuses for Ryan a little bit.
No. He was not being critical of the Jedi. He destroyed Luke Skywalker.
She was oversimplifying it there. She was trying to.
You can tell a story. This is almost like you watch a gangster movie. It's telling the story from the perspective of the gangsters, not of the cops. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But to say that, that was. Anyway, she lost me with that, but go ahead.
Yeah. No. I mean, she's kind of. It seems like she's in the Rian Johnson camp a little bit. That's a little slightly concerning, but not really because it's not. It's new character, so do whatever you want. Really, that's what I feel. That hair is. I'm not a fan of her hairstyle, but I like what she's saying. And honestly, have you heard anything extremely woke out of her mouth yet? No. I mean, that's what. Woke. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, she does. But honestly,
how do you look woke?
Oh, come on!
What?
She doesn't look woke to you?
She's got a mullet.
A pretentious hair.
Yeah, exactly. How many gals do you see with a mullet?
I
see a lot around here.
I'm gonna.
Okay, stand correct.
I got a mullet right now too. I got to get my hair cut this weekend. But no, like a pretentious haircut. But everything she's saying though is very relatable. I like this is a great interview. She really seems like actually, can I be real? I like Rick Famuyiwa, but knowing that he's taken a bigger role in this season, and the season hasn't been horrible, and then his interviews, she gives a better interview than Rick. I like everything she's saying here. Now, I haven't seen all her appearances in Celebration, but this is specifically is a good interview.
Like I think that especially in that moment, people were very nervous about saying this particular institution may not be the light and perfect, stunning group of heroes that are totally nobly intentioned. And
now I would have preferred if she would give props to George Lucas with the prequels, But that's a fair statement too. Like, Ryan did kind of examine that with The Last Jedi.
Well,
Yeah.
Filoni did too in Rebels, by the way.
Yeah,
FYI.
Yeah. So, but she picked, she just picked one out of the few. I'm not going to fault her for that.
One thing that I think Dave would say is that they are fallible. That's really the story that George told with the prequels, right? Is the fall of this particular group. So to me, I went, well, then what happened right before that?
Can we do this at Clip Out as debunked that Leslye Headland doesn't know about Star Wars and just is hired for reasons? She seems like she's very fluent in the mythology and everything. She's very well spoken, regardless if you think she looks kind of woke or whatever. I don't care. Her hair's not the worst. I don't want to be super superficial. It's not the best, but it's not. This is only a half woke, a half woke haircut.
She looks like a grown up goth chick.
Yeah. So this is a good example of don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, the actors, yes, Starscipio. I know. I don't really care. The actors, if they have a good director, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters to a point, of course. But if you have a good director, you're going to get the best out of them, and you're going to, you have someone to explain things to them. No, the guy was not well spoken, and honestly, even though he had a weird moment there, where he said, "There's no good and evil in Star Wars," I give him a little. Put yourself in this person's shoes. They've never been. They're relatively unknown. They walk on a Star Wars celebration. There's people cheering. It's hard to get all your thoughts in order and say any beef. It's hard.
Yeah, but to Darcipio's point, when these actors, sorry, Bruce, for 1 second, when these actors take on a role, it's like go watch a lot of the source material. You don't have to watch all of it. Mm-hmm. But I hate when they say, I haven't seen this. I never even watched this. You know what I mean? Like they should have said, when my agent told me I got this role, I went and watched everything I could. That kind of deal would have been more.
But
positive.
to be fair, there is so many books, so many different lores. There's so much. It's overwhelming.
No, I don't want to excuse with it's just like it doesn't really mean anything to me when an actor makes a flub on a stage. If the director does or the creatives, then I'm like going to be more concerned. You know what I mean?
Every Marvel actor was reading comic books.
No, I think it's cool when they do, but it's not a prerequisite for me personally.
I just don't understand this high standard that people expect from everyone in Star Wars. It's fun. Every other franchise they can get away with not being in canon or lore, but Star Wars, forget about it. Fans go crazy.
Mm-hmm. But I was very happy with this interview here.
He sort of starts in media res and Phantom, right? Like, and so I went, well, if you went back further, where are the cracks in the system? How can evil start to rise in the way that it does, to the point where literally
Can I be real? Her pitch sounds better than when James Gunn was pitching to everyone with the slate. Sorry.
What?
She does a better pitch than Gunn to me.
How did you turn into hating Gunn?
I'm not hating Gunn. His pitch was nice, but she really goes deep into it without actually telling you the details of the story. Where Superman Legacy, it's going to be great. Superman Legacy. He said he elaborated a little bit more than that, but this is a really good pitch. Maybe because she already filmed it. All right, I'm being unfair to Gunn. I'm sorry. I had to get my little Gunn in there a little bit. Apologize.
I think you'll get more a description and pitch from the actual people working on the projects.
Okay. All right.
Damn you, Max.
Strongest Sith that ever lived can infiltrate the Senate, and none of the Jedi know about it. So I think once you can kind of get people into that place, then they're more supportive. But I think when you think you're going to tell the story about bad guys and the Jedis might be the antagonists to those Jedis, I think that makes people nervous. But it didn't make Kathy nervous. And I will say that room, when I pitched her, it was probably one of the most exciting things, because it felt like a conversation and less like I was up for a job. Sure. You know what I mean? Like it felt much more like
that might not help her by saying that. They're like, yeah, because you already got the job once you walked in. That's what the critics are going to say. But honestly, that sounds nice for her, but maybe she didn't really have to earn the job. I mean, based on her qualifications, yes. But
Well, people said she didn't know anything about Star Wars. And
no,
clearly she
that's
does.
debunked. But it kind of seems like she already had the job when she walked in, a little bit. And she's.
What are you going to do about this? And what are you going to do about that? And so I was able to like fold in what I know about Star Wars and what I love about Star Wars into what she's always pushing for, which is, well, what's the emotional through line?
Okay. I like that interview. Collider did good work there.
That is not a bad interview. That's not negative in my opinion.
That gets me excited about the Acolyte. I'm really Max Guns. The gun slate is amazing. But we heard about the very superficial, like this is what it is, but not like that's gonna, I'll give him time. I'll give him time.
Listen, I know this. I hate people that hate on Gunn. I hate people that kiss his ass. You haven't seen anything from that slate, so how is it amazing?
I think Gunn is capable of amazing, but he's also hit and miss for me a little bit. So more hit than miss, though. I gotta be real. More hit than miss. The Suicide Squad took me 2 times to like. But this is more interesting to me than like the Skeleton Crew. And I want to see something different. This is something different. Everyone that says I want to see something different in Star Wars, this is different.
No, listen, this is Jedi Sith lore.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem with the Mandalorian. There's not enough of that. So you have to give this a chance if you're a Star Wars fan, in my opinion. And if you don't, then you're not being, in good faith.
Okay. Well, let's get to the mailbag, and then Brucifer has something behind the scenes to show me. I don't know. I'm a little scared.
You should be.
One of his mullet women neighbors doing something weird.
No, it's